Okay, so like I've covered a lot of rom-coms over the years. The Netflix rom-com renaissance, Disney Channel movies. I just did Crazy Stupid Love, which is one of my favorites. But somehow, I haven't done 10 Things I Hate About You yet. The classic rom-com of all classic rom-coms? 10 Things I Hate About You came out in 1999 based on the Shakespeare play The Taming of the Shrew. The movie was also the big breakout hit of Heath Ledger, being his first non-indie role ever. And then, of course, he went on to become Heath Ledger. But anyway, so as February is coming to a close, I figured it was finally time for me to cover the movie that I should have covered years ago. I don't know why it took me so long, but hey, come along, kids, let's take a walk. So the movie starts off with a great introduction to one of our main characters, Kat.
Preppy girls riding in a car. One of them has a crush on Jafar. I'm a bad girl, never gonna stay on track. I think patriarchy smells like butt crack.
I'm starting to get the feeling she might not be like other girls. But hey, to be fair, it was 1999, so this trope hadn't been mercilessly beaten to the ground yet. Now, today's the first day of school for the new kid in town, Cameron, played by a tiny little baby Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
So, Cameron, here you go. 9 schools in 10 years. My. Army brat?
Yeah, my dad is,
That's enough. I'm sure you won't find Padua any different than your old schools.
And so Cameron is then introduced to Michael, whose job it is to show him around the new school and introduce him to all the friendly faces.
Over there, we've got your basic beautiful people. Now listen, unless they talk to you first, don't bother. We have the coffee kids.
Whoa, that was Costa Rican, butthead.
Very edgy. Don't make any sudden movements around me. These delusionals are your white Rastas.
Yeah, and so these are the kids who just discovered Has-Been Hotel, and now it's like their entire personality. And over here we have the girls who will never acknowledge your existence, but you're gonna pine after them like all year anyway, while ignoring all the other girls who would totally be down to date you, but for some reason you just like don't give them a chance. Oh, and these are the guys who've fallen way too far down the Joe Rogan rabbit hole. Alpha male, I'm just asking questions. Ivermectin in my cereal. But that's when Cameron sees her. Bianca, the most girl in school.
Now over here.
Oh my God. I burn, I pine, I perish.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference between like and love. Because I like my Skechers, but I love my Prada backpack.
You know, it's always easy to make fun of girls for talking like this, about like purses and shoes or whatever, but like as if we're doing the same exact thing with our Beyblades like all through high school. Am I right, guys? Guys? Hello? Now, Cameron also finds out that Bianca and Kat are sisters, which like blows his mind, right? Because Bianca is so meh, and then Kat is so meh, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so Bianca is the popular preppy girl who wears makeup and brushes her hair and does a bunch of dumb girl stuff, as opposed to Kat, who's smart and contrarian and nonconformist because she's edgy and cool and stuff.
What did everyone think of The Sun Also Rises?
I loved it. He's so romantic.
Romantic? Hemingway? He was an abusive alcoholic misogynist who squandered half his life hanging around Picasso trying to nail his leftovers.
Yeah, this girl and Daria just single-handedly invented Tumblr. So like, yeah, society sucks and Kat is not having it.
I want to thank you for your point of view. I know how difficult it must be for you to overcome all those years of upper middle class suburban oppression. Must be tough.
Yeah, exactly. No one understands the trauma of growing up with a pool that doesn't even have a jacuzzi attachment. Laughing stock of the whole school, I tell you what. Anyway, so Cameron is fully, completely in love with Bianca, who he has seen exactly one time and never said a single word to.
And look at her. Is she always so vapid? How can you say that? She's totally
conceited.
What are you talking about? There's more to her than you think. I mean, look at the way she smiles and look at her eyes, man. She's
oh no. No joke, this is like literally me in high school. Just the absolute delusions you give yourself about the hot girl you see twice a week in Algebra 2 class. Like, she's so pretty and her hair's always nice, so like there's no way she could be a narcissistic, manipulative person with 3 different substance issues. That's just impossible. Now, speaking of Bianca, so Bianca and Kat's dad is an obstetrician, aka a doctor who pulls out the babies like, and so because of that, he's seen his fair share of teenage moms regretting all their life decisions, okay? And this has made him like extra strict with his kids.
Now, don't get upset, Daddy, but there's this boy.
Who's a flaming imbecile.
Please.
And I think he might ask me.
Please, I think I know what he's going to ask you. And I think I know the answer. No, it's always no.
The rule up to now is that they're not allowed to date anyone until they're at least 45. But Bianca is a sophomore now and she's getting all this attention from boys. So it's time for things to change a little bit.
Okay, here's how we solve this one. Old rule out. New rule. Bianca can date. When she does.
But she's a mutant. What if she never dates?
Then you'll never date. Oh, I like that.
Now, while this is happening, Cameron sets in motion his own plan to get with Bianca, which is that he's gonna pretend that he knows French because Michael tells him that Bianca needs a French tutor. How to get girl. Step 1, tell a very easy to figure out lie and hope for the best.
Listen, I know that your dad doesn't let you date, but I thought that...
Curtis,
Cameron,
my dad just came up with a new rule. I can date when my sister does.
you're kidding.
My sister's a particularly hideous breed of loser.
People jump out of airplanes and ski off cliffs. It'd be like extreme dating.
Extreme dating. Hey guys, I'm Johnny Tsunami, and I'm gonna ride the waves of a stage 4 mood swinger. Wow, that's incredible, Johnny. Where do you even go from there? Well, I'm hoping I can tackle a stage 5 maladjusted coping mechanisms brought on by unchecked mental illness, but we'll see how it goes. Or then, of course, you have like the girl version of this, where it's like, hey guys, I'm Stacy, and I'm finally gonna give the nice guy a chance. Oh no. Oh, he's a weirdo. Someone get me out of here. Also, I love how in 1999 it's like, who would ever want a punky alt girl? That's just ridiculous. So the question they all have is, what kind of guy would ever possibly want to go out with this? You know what I mean? And that's where Patrick comes in.
We're making our visits a weekly ritual.
Only so we can have these moments together.
Oh, very clever, kangaroo boy. It says here you exposed yourself in the cafeteria.
I was joking with the lunch lady. It was a bratwurst.
Bratwurst? Aren't we the optimist?
Man, I love this movie. So here's the plan. Michael goes to tell this guy, Joey, that Bianca can only date if her sister does. Joey is like the local rich boy, pretty boy, bad boy who has his sights set on Bianca. Why exactly? Who can say? But he does.
Now, you want Bianca, right? She can't go out with you because her sister is this insane head case and no one will go out with her, right?
And by insane head case, of course, what they really mean is that she reads the bell jar. Look out.
Does this conversation have a purpose?
You need to hire a guy who'll go out with her, someone who doesn't scare so easily.
And so the plan is that Joey will pay Patrick to take Kat out on a date, because Patrick is apparently just completely insane himself, you know, with rumors like he sold his liver for beer money, or he murdered a guy in Toledo for beer money. Kind of a one-track guy, really, but, you know, what's gonna do? Anyway, so if Patrick can take out Kat, then that means Joey gets to hook up with Bianca.
You see, their dad's whacked out. He's got this rule where the girls are...
That's a touching story. It really is. Not my problem.
Would you be willing to make it your problem if I provide generous compensation?
You're gonna pay me to take out some chick.
Well, yeah, when you put it like that, it sounds weird.
$20. Fine, 30.
Just for reference here, $30 in 1999 is about $8,000 today. And so, keeping his end of the deal, Patrick goes to ask out Kat, who is rather uninterested.
Pick up on Friday, then.
Oh, right. Friday. Uh-huh.
Well, tonight I'd take you places you've never been before.
Like where? The 7-Eleven on Broadway? Do you even know my name, Screwboy?
I know a lot more than you think.
Doubtful. Very doubtful.
Thus, he does the next best thing and follows her around everywhere, hoping to wear her down until she says yes, which was pretty much my entire plan all through high school. Now, did it work? Not a single time. So Bianca and Cameron sneak into Kat's room to find out some kind of something that Patrick could use to impress her or something, which sounds like a terrible idea, okay? Because you go into a girl's room and you're just gonna find a whole lot of who knows what. The heck is this? Tony the Tiger and me, an intergalactic love story? Anyway, so after getting some dirt on Kat, Cameron and Michael head over to talk to Patrick about what they found out.
All right, yeah, okay. Here's this, likes. Thai food, feminist prose, and angry girl music.
I love the term angry girl music. Well-known music genre, you know, right next to dubstep, the music we all gaslit ourselves into thinking was good.
And here's another problem. Bianca said that Kat likes pretty guys.
Are you telling me I'm not a pretty guy?
He's very pretty.
Yeah,
He's a gorgeous guy.
So, long story short, Patrick goes to this indie punk girl rock concert thing that Kat was going to, so he could pretend that he likes the same stuff she does.
If you're planning on asking me out again, you might as well just get it over.
Do you mind? You're kind of ruining this for me. You know, these guys are no Bikini Kill or the Raincoats. They're not bad.
Well, what do you know? It's just that easy. Yes, I have such obscure interests, no one could possibly understand my intellect. Yes, well, what if I said a word and or phrase that was kind of sort of related to something you like? Wow, I was wrong about you. You're like so deep. Anyway, so later on there's a party. Kat agrees to go with Patrick, so Bianca can go to the party as well. Now, Cameron's the one who invited her, but she ends up kind of sort of hanging out with Joey the whole time. Now, Cameron set this whole thing up in the first place so he could get with Bianca, right? But like I said, she blows him off all night for Joey of all people.
You really look amazing.
And we all know I look amazing. Bianca, let's go. We're all congregating around Mr. Cuervo.
I'll see you around, okay?
And at this party, Kat, for some reason, just goes all crazy with the lemonade mouth lemonade, you know what I'm saying? And Patrick has to, like, watch over her the entire time. I love when people are like, oh, you think I'm obnoxious and I'm too much to handle? Well, I'll show you. And then they just proceed to prove you right. So Patrick drives her home because she might have had a concussion.
You don't strike me as the type that would ask your father for permission.
Oh, so now you think you know me?
I'm getting there.
You're not as vile as I thought you were.
Maybe we should do this another time.
And so then the next day or so, she's just like super mad at this guy who didn't kiss her when she was incredibly drunk. And like, he's the bad guy here? Now, of course, we know the real reason he doesn't kiss her is because he feels bad about pretending to like her for money. But she doesn't know that, right? And yet, she's expecting him to do some grand apology for not taking advantage of her when she was drunk?
All right, I talked to her. I got the scoop.
What'd she say?
Hates him with the fire of 1,000 suns. That's a direct quote.
Thanks, Malcolm. That's very comforting of you.
Now, rewinding back to the party last night for just a second here, Bianca very quickly became disillusioned with Joey because he's just as shallow and dumb as she expected. Wow, who knew? But that leaves Bianca with no choice but to get a ride home from Cameron.
You know, just because you're beautiful, that doesn't mean that you can treat people like they don't matter. I really liked you, okay? I defended you when people called you conceited. I helped you when you asked me to. I learned French for you, and...
Yeah, Bianca, I did all this stuff you never asked for, so, like, you totally owe me, you know, for this thing you didn't even know I was doing until I mentioned it.
And then you just blow me off so you... And I'm back in the game.
Anyway, so just summarizing here, Cameron and Michael tell Patrick that he has to do some kind of grand gesture to apologize to Kat for not kissing her when she was drunk, so he commandeers the school intercom to sing Kat a song to apologize. And then she's like, yeah, okay, and they hang out the rest of the day. And now Kat's all happy and smiling and laughing and stuff, positive feelings. Gross barf. But then, what do you know, Patrick has to mess it all up anyway.
Go to the prom with me.
Is that a request or a command?
Come on, go with me.
No,
Why not?
because I don't want to. Because it's a stupid tradition.
Come on, people won't expect you to go.
Why are you pushing this? What's in it for you?
The real reason, of course, is because Joey just paid him $300, which again, in 2025 money is about $4 billion, to take Kat to prom so that he can go with Bianca and maybe sort of kinda take her to the shadow realm. And Bianca, of course, being a sophomore, just really wants to go to prom no matter what.
Do you know what happens at proms?
Yes, Daddy, we'll dance, we'll kiss, we'll come home. It's not quite the crisis situation you imagine.
Kissing, huh? That's what you think happens? Got news for you. Kissing isn't what keeps me up to my elbows in placenta all day long.
That is a heck of a sentence right there, my dude. But you see, turns out, in a crazy plot twist, there's actually a lot more to the story of why Kat is the way she is.
You know, I'm the only sophomore that got asked to go to the prom, and I can't go because you don't feel like it.
Joey never told you that we went out, did he?
Why?
Because he was like such a babe.
So what happened?
So the story goes that Kat used to be popular and went out with Joey. They did the devil's tango. And she wanted to not do it again for a while, but then he got mad and dumped her.
After that, I swore I would never do anything just because everyone else was doing it.
In tonight's news, local girl shocked to learn that guy who looks and acts like douchebag turns out to be a douchebag. But after talking things out, Kat decides to go to prom with Patrick because she actually does really want to go, but she was dead set on not going because it's popular, and that means it's dumb. And so Bianca gets to go to prom with Cameron.
Bye, Dad. I'm going to the prom.
Funny, sweetie.
And it instantly covers your bald spot, leaving you with great-looking hair.
What's that?
A prom dress?
I'm sorry, what is this? A crop top prom dress? This is the most 1999 thing I've ever seen, okay? And I was there, all right? I lived through it. And so this brings us to the end of the movie. Joey is really upset that Bianca stood him up for Cameron because he's been paying Patrick to date her sister so that he could date Bianca, right?
What's Bianca doing here with that cheese dip? I didn't pay you to take out Kat so that some little punk could snake me with Bianca.
Nothing in it for you, huh?
And of course, Kat overhears all of this and realizes that she's just been played the whole time, and everything's just been a big old trick, a big lie, a big game.
Kat, it wasn't like that, okay?
Really, what was it like? A down payment now and then a bonus for sleeping with me?
No, I didn't care about the money, okay? I cared about you.
You are so not who I thought you were.
Now, at the very, very end of the movie, they have this assignment to rewrite Shakespeare's Sonnet 141.
Sonnet 141, and listen up. In faith I do not love thee with mine eyes, for there thee 1,000 errors note. But 'tis my heart that loves what they despise, who in despite of you is pleased to dote.
Now, in case you didn't catch all that, it's summed up pretty well by the version that Kat writes for the assignment.
I hate the way you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around and the fact that you didn't call. But mostly I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
Man, you know, okay, when I was like a young teenager watching this movie, I always thought this whole idea was so stupid. Like, why would you ever want to date someone who makes you mad and does all this stuff you don't like? But like, the older I get and the more times I go around the block, like, the poem makes so much sense in like painful ways, you know what I mean? And so in the end, Patrick uses all the money that Joey gave him to buy Kat this really nice guitar that she's been wanting the whole movie, and they make up and she forgives him.
Yeah, I thought you could use it, you know, when you start your band. Besides, I had some extra cash, you know. Yeah, but I screwed up. I fell for her.
Really? You can't just buy me a guitar every time you screw up, you know.
And that's more or less the end of the movie. Oh, also, in case you're interested, Joey does get his comeuppance at prom when Bianca finds out what he's been doing this whole time.
Oh! That's for making my day bleed! That's for my sister!
Oh! Toasty!
And that's for me!
You know, having watched at least like 100 rom-coms on this channel, I gotta say, 10 Things I Hate About You is still such a masterclass of rom-com writing. Like, it's really simple, but that's why it works so well. So many movies nowadays, of any genre really, they always try to do too much and be too many different things at the same time. This is, like I said, ultimately a very simple movie, but just the way that all the pieces fall together and how all the characters being involved with each other in some way, it just makes like total logical sense. Like, no part of this movie feels forced or tacked on or like out of place. Maybe it's because it's based on Shakespeare, but still, this movie is just as much of a classic now as it ever was. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, please watch another one, because that's how the algorithm works. So click on this one that's being recommended to you right now, right here on the screen. It actually helps a lot if you do that, because like that's how YouTube knows that my videos are worth caring about. Also, if you have any movies or TV shows you'd like to recommend, send me an email at alexmyerscontact@gmail.com and I'll put them on my absurdly long list of movies that I need to get to at some point. Anyway, hope I made your day a little bit better, and I'll see you all next time.